Alright, this is my first time ever going on live on YouTube, y'all. Hello, hello. It is Monday morning, a little after the morning time. I'm making us some food, and yeah, I'm gonna tell you about what the heck has been going on in my life and what's in store for the next coming future, you know? So, but while I also cook, so it'll be a multitasking thing because I am a mom, and that's what we gotta do sometimes to get stuff done. So yeah, you're coming along with me, and maybe you can watch me cook, because that's what I do every day. This is the time I have. And I'll tell you what we're doing today too. So, let's see. I got my pan. I'm gonna start with her pancakes. So I'm gonna zoom y'all down so y'all can see what I'm doing with these pancakes, okay? So we got this pancake mix. This is irrelevant. This is her milk. But let's get a bowl to start her pancakes. If you're wondering where she is over there reading her books. So she's always nearby. We got a spoon. Let's get our plates together. And so, let me talk and not narrate what I'm doing, because you can see what I'm doing. I'm on here because I'm going to try and pursue being a digital creator, content creator, more seriously. And I'll explain why in some of my upcoming content, because it's a long story. I've told some of the story. I've made videos. If you want an introduction, check out my video, Black Woman Becomes an Entrepreneur. It's on there, so check that out. But also digital content creator, because I am also trying entrepreneurship again. The first time when I said that I was gonna try it, I just kind of changed my mind relatively quickly, because a friend of mine said that there was an opening at their company, and so I was like, oh well, that's something I've always wanted to do. I was working with kids as a graphic design director, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna jump on that, and I always have time to go back to pursuing entrepreneurship. And so here we are. We got this pancake mix. It is not cute. It's just pancake mix. But the thing about this is that I put pumpkin seeds, hemp seeds, what else? Pumpkin seeds, hemp seeds, chia seeds in it. And it's like this organic mix right here. And I also put the protein one in it. This right here. And that's what I give her every day, along with a little bit of maple syrup. Don't come at my top. Maple syrup gets hard and makes the top hard to put on there. So yeah. So this is what we're doing. So let me get some butter real quick. Breakfast is like, obviously, well, a lot of people don't eat breakfast, but we eat breakfast in this house. It's one of my favorite meals. And yeah, this is a good time for me to talk to y'all. And I will be doing this. I'm gonna try to do this every week. Like an informal chat with y'all in between giving you all some legitimate content. And I'm gonna go live in other platforms too. Instagram and Substack. So if you have a Substack, please head on over to the description or the link in bio on my channel. Or link in bio. Well, I think it is a link in my bio. Yeah, on my channel, and check out my Substack. That's where a lot of content is going to be, both free and paid, but it's like the paid stuff you gonna want to check into. It's me really getting deep into my life and the decisions I've made in my life. So yeah. So yeah, I got the butter going. Let me show you what's going on over here. No. Don't mind this, okay? I'm just chilling at home, y'all. Don't be coming at me for whatever you may see. Yeah, that's my bra. It's a little brown bra, okay? You know how hard it is to find brown bras? Like, nude is not a real, like, nude is for white people or fair-skinned people, but they very rarely make brown nudes, so I was happy to find this. And it's like 100% cotton, which is also not common. So we got this pancake going. What you doing over there, girly girly? Hi. Yeah, I'm making a pancake. Let that cookity cookity cook. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Let me make you. I'm gonna get you vitamins. Yeah, you can sit right there. So we got her some vitamins. It's these multi gummies. They are plant-based. They're called Llama Naturals, and they're in strawberry flavor. They're very clean. They don't have natural flavors in them, which is what I wanted. So yeah. Okay. And so yeah, let's bring you back up here while this cooks. The other reason why I'm just trying to pursue content creation more seriously is because now I've owned a business in the past, but like I'm really pursuing my new business. You all know I'm a graphic designer. I've been doing graphic design for like 10 years, but I'm moving into the realm of just creative strategy. So being on the just strictly decision-making side of helping people build their brands and anything else that they need that is creative strategy. I have a whole service list, but that's not what I want to talk about here. My pivot to creative strategy, because as a graphic designer, I realized I just wasn't doing the work I really wanted to do. It was just the client telling me, do this, and I didn't have much of a say in the quality of it, aside from clients that don't know design don't typically want high quality stuff, to be perfectly honest. And so I was just kind of tired of that. And so I'd rather be on the leadership side, helping these businesses make better decisions and having a graphic designer work after they've made great decisions for their company, you know? But on the other side of that, so that's business work, right? Creative strategy for businesses. As a bigger picture, my business is called Interconnected. I had Iterate Design Collaborative, and I kind of still do. Iterate Design Collaborative is now just creative strategy under Interconnected. My business is called Interconnected because I seek to reconnect individuals with themselves, communities with their people, and businesses with their people and with the earth. The earth is like encompassing everyone. Everyone needs to be more connected to the earth. So yeah, my content will be a lot about the individual becoming more self-aware and reconnected with themselves. That'll be most of my content. For example, last week was my first post on Substack, and it was about the lunisolar calendar and how our calendar, which is called the Gregorian calendar, doesn't sync with feminine energy cycles. And if you don't understand what that means, give me a second. The pancake is done. Kiva, you want blueberries or you want strawberries? Blueberries and strawberries. Which one? I give you blueberries. These strawberries are struggling. This one is funny looking. Oh, look at this one. It's like a doubler. Hold on, let me cut it for you. Strawberries keep going bad. That's kind of weird because I just blocked it. my gosh, they're gonna like. And I guess you can't put strawberries and blueberries together because they go bad really quickly. I don't know. Just put these to the side for now. Note to self. You ain't about to ruin these blueberries. Okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah. You want some syrup? You want some syrup, girly girly? It's good. I'm not gonna put no syrup on it, okay? You want me- There you go. Down. Vroom. There you go. So now it's my breakfast. Now it's time to make my breakfast. But back to what I was saying. The lunar calendar doesn't take in consideration of feminine energy cycles. And it's like, what does that even mean, huh? It means that, women have menstrual cycles. For most of them. Females have menstrual cycles. And a menstrual cycle runs over 28 days, also known as about a month, right? Well, our current calendar runs on a solar cycle, which is how the earth revolves around the sun. And that's in a 24-hour cycle, so every day, right? But as you can see, the moon is more aligned with feminine energy cycles because the moon rotates over 28 days. But we don't follow the moon, we follow the sun. And so following the sun's 24-hour energy cycle is like, all right, it's kind of what we do. Like we do this already. It's we work, we go to sleep, we get up, we work. We go to sleep, we get up, we work. But if we really did follow the lunar cycle instead, maybe we wouldn't work every day, during your menstrual cycle, you have 4 phases. I'm going to pronounce them wrong, okay? I'm not a scientist. I'm not into the follicular, the ovulation, luteal, and then your actual period week. That's 4. But during the follicular week is when you're usually the most energetic, right after your period. And then ovulation is when you're feeling like a cat in heat, okay? And then luteal is when you're starting to feel those period pains, your cycle pains, the fatigue, the mood swings, your progesterone hormone gets very low. And you start just not feeling like yourself, and that's when you should slow down. That's when you should slow down. But we don't slow down. We have to work every day. 8 hours a day, sometimes more than that. And I know y'all know what it feels like to work when you're pissed off and on your period and you have to take drugs in order to feel better. At no point in our lives, when we're healthy human beings, should we have to take drugs in order to stay afloat. And we do every day. If you drink coffee every day, you're taking drugs to maintain lifestyles. If you take pain pills and you ain't in pain, or like if you didn't break a bone or something, if you have chronic headaches, all of that is because you're working yourself too hard. Something in your lifestyle needs to change. I'm making me some eggs with spinach. That's what I do. I love eggs with spinach. And so, yeah, this is a post on my Substack. It's talking about the calendars and about feminine and masculine energy cycles and the sun and the moon and just all this detail. And I'm going to go into even more detail in a separate post about how your productivity levels should fall in line with your feminine energy cycle. So, and the last thing I'll say about that is, don't get me wrong. Productivity is good. We should follow like a solar cycle sometimes, because we do need to get stuff done. But it should not be a constant daily lifestyle like it is right now. So yeah, that's just one post that I put on my Substack. Please go check it out. Subscribe to my Substack. That's where you're gonna get a lot of information. That's where I do audio. I'm struggling with this egg, y'all. I do audio too. So if you don't like to read, you don't have to read it. I'll have it recorded for you as well. Easy to click and just listen to the post as well. So yeah, but if you're on here, thank you for being on my YouTube, because obviously I'll be posting on here as well. I posted a video on like the little graphic I made for the Lunisolar post. It was a very simple graphic, and you know I specialize in flat graphic design, so it's just a nice little simple flat graphic design. And I'm gonna do more of those because it's a skill that I have, and they're fun. I have a whole playlist of houses that I did tutorials on, showing you how I made those flat graphics. And I have plans to do something with all those houses that I made. I want to talk more about that now, because it's not... I'll tell you when I have it more figured out. So I'm making my little eggs. I'm gonna make a piece, like this is 3 eggs. I'm gonna make a piece of turkey bacon and sourdough sandwich. That's kind of what I eat every day. I like sourdough, I like eggs. And I just recently started adding like a meat to my breakfast to get more protein. I realized that we do not be, like, at least I don't be eating enough protein. You have to eat like 100 plus, let me think. So 40 grams of protein per meal. And if you eat 3 meals, that's 1,200 grams of protein. And guess how much 3 eggs is? It's only 18 grams of protein. So I was skimping myself on at least 20 grams of protein just for breakfast. So adding a little piece of bacon will bump it up a little bit. Well, it doesn't look really good right now. It's still in that runny phase. But I'll show you once it's done. So yeah, adding more protein to my diet in general keeps your bones strong. It turns the fat on your body into muscle. I'm not going to get into weight right now. That'll probably be a topic that I talk about on my channel. But I'm not going to talk about it right now. I don't have it really figured out. Let me get this flipped and I'll get back to y'all in a second. But yeah, for those new listening in, I'm a mom. I'm obviously a black woman. I care about the earth. I care about being as natural as possible. I am a critical thinker of the world. I am both practical yet delulu. Because if you're not a little delulu, it's really hard to accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish in this life. Because you have to be confident, and sometimes you don't even have the skills to be as confident as you need to be in order to attain something. So you just got to do it, and that's a little bit of delulu. But practical meaning just like I've been practicing minimalism for a while. I stopped when I bought a house. And then I got back to it, and that's another story within itself. I'll talk about that later. We just don't need stuff, girl. Yeah, we don't need stuff. You don't need none. You don't need none but like the simple, basic necessities. It makes sense to go through that phase where just all the things are cute. You can, and if you can afford it, buy it. But at the end of the day, it's not necessary. We'll talk about that too. So let me get my plate. Eva, you want your milk? It was open. I didn't know it was open. She doesn't want it anyway. Alright, the eggs are done. That's what they're looking like. And now I'm just gonna cook. Actually, I'm gonna do my bread now, and then I'll do the turkey bacon. And it takes forever to cook turkey bacon. I don't think I like the one that I bought this time. Sourdough. I get this sourdough from Trader Joe's. I used to get it from Whole Foods, but I just stopped liking it. It's not my vibe, and I would get it ordered and they wouldn't cut it, and it's really hard to cut consistent bread slices. And then I would go to Kowalski's to buy bread. I just don't shop there, so it was just inconvenient. So I go to Trader Joe's a little bit more often, so I just get it from there. Probably like once a month or once every other month. I get tired of it. I switch up my carbs every now and then. So yeah, I put a little bit of olive oil in the pan, and I really just roast this in the pan. Bloop. I only need one. Imagine how big the sandwich would be if I had two of these long ass pieces of bread. I don't need all that. And so yeah, with my business interconnected, there's the self-awareness, self-knowledge portion of it. This week I'm going to be diving into more about who I am, self-worth, and toxic jobs. I'm going to talk about how much I made at those toxic jobs, what happened, etc., etc. And I hope you tune into that, because I'm going to be very transparent. There'll be 2 posts. I'm going to try and post the first one towards the beginning of the week, like probably hopefully tomorrow, if not tomorrow, Wednesday. And the second one will be about the toxic jobs. First one is just going to be me laying out all of my credentials and sharing about how we kind of have to be selfishly, what's that word? Have selfishly, like, selflessly promoting yourself. Shameless. I couldn't think of the word, and then I was like, that's not what I'm trying to say. Shameless. Shamelessly promoting yourself and your awesomeness. So that's what I'll be doing for the first post. So stay tuned for that. So I said I work with 3 different types of audiences: individuals, businesses, and then community. Community has been a huge thing for me since high school. I care about community a lot. Part of the reason is because I didn't have a very big community growing up. It was just me and my dad. And a couple people here and there. I had a good support system, like at school, but that's it. My dad was really into community too. He would throw barbecues in the summer with his coworkers. And I remember one time when we were 4th grade and we lived in an apartment still, he bought a volleyball net and just put it up in the big yard grass area of the apartment complex. And all the people just gathered and played volleyball one day. And that was so fun, so nice. Everybody loved that. And he didn't have to do that. And that's kind of I guess I got the need to initiate community from him. And I've kind of just been running with that within urban development for a while. And so with working with communities, I hope to bring in programming and intergenerational placemaking and environmental design, since that's what I went to school for, into communities that may not have that already, or help communities that do have it kind of innovate, So here's the bread. Nice and toasty, not too bad, not too much. Now I'm gonna make this little piece of bacon, and then I'll be done. And I'll head off to eat my food. But let's cook this bacon. Hopefully I'm not overheating this pan, because I'm using one pan, y'all. Ain't nobody got time to be cooking all them, or washing all them dishes. I have a dishwasher, but I don't use it as much as I probably should. Turkey bacon. So I'll cut it, break it in half. I'm using this small pan. Let me wash the pan. And with turkey bacon, it's very lean, so I'll put a little olive oil in it, because it doesn't produce a lot of fat, just so it'll crisp up. I like crispy bacon, and I don't really like turkey bacon, but I don't eat pork, so. And then beef bacon is okay, but it's a little bit more expensive than turkey bacon, so I make do with what I got. I just cook it until it's crispy. More for milks in the fridge. These little kids' protein grapes. They're $25 for 12. But the way her food preferences are set up, she don't eat meat yet. So this is her protein intake, along with all those seeds that I put in the pancake mix. Get these, and she drunk them for a little while, but then she stopped liking them. She had Kendamil for her formula, so I don't know. Alright, the bacon is cooking. Show you what that's looking like. Not really that special. Cooking it until it's crispy. Clean up my little station so I don't have to do it when the bacon is done. Oh, it is smoking. Turn it over. Spinach. This is my drink of choice, just ice cream tea, and I'm gonna get her some water so she don't be asking me for it later. It's like smoking so hard, but like not cooking. Had to eat up too high. Might not be able to cook this as thoroughly sounded like. You see how long it takes? I guess it's not that long. It's only been 30 minutes. But I always cook her food first. And then I cook mine. Kind of so I could just eat in peace. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it. It's a little burnt. But hopefully that'll mean it'll be crispy once it, cools down. So yeah, we're done with that. Alright. This is what it's looking. Ah, it's hot. Whoop. That's what it's looking like. Alright, let me show you this sandwich. Alright, this is my sandwich. I'm gonna put a little egg on top of there. A lot of egg, and then put a little boop. And there we have it. Thanks for tuning in to my first ever YouTube Live. You can see me here on Mondays or Tuesdays. Probably Mondays. Around this time. 11 a.m. 12 p.m. I know you guys are at work, but you can definitely tune in afterwards. I look forward to seeing the people that watch it afterwards as well. And yeah. Maybe next time, like the more people I get on here, I can be more interactive with you all, answer some questions. I want to know what you eat for breakfast. What do you eat for breakfast? Put that in the comments. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.